Welcome all of you to the birth of our very own Green Lantern hero, Hal Jordon, and his masterclass of defeating the Yellow Ringleader all by himself. Hal Jordon works as a test pilot for Ferris aircraft, and he is running a flight simulator. Being the cheeky person he is, Hal flirts with the controlling officer, but soon puts on a serious face for the test run. Meanwhile, on the nearby desert plain, an alien spacecraft crash lands with its captain badly wounded. The alien captain, named Abin Sur, orders his green ring to find an earthly human being. Just then, the command center of Ferris aircraft is shaken with a loud boom. When everyone recovers, they realize the flight simulator is vanished. As it is transported via a green energy beam to the crashed spaceship, Hal encounters Abin Sur, who says his ring has found him and wants him to take it. As Hal takes the ring, its energy transforms his flight simulator clothes into a uniform similar to that of Abin Sur's. Abin then tells Hal that he is now a Green Lantern, and that the Guardians will come for him soon. With his dying breath, Abin tells Hal to use the ring wisely. After the crashed spaceship explodes, Hal uses the power ring to transport the flight simulator pod back to Ferris aircraft, where he emerges from it wearing his flight simulator clothes again, as if nothing happened, much to the amusement of his co-workers. Hal soon takes a break and flies out to discover the powers of the ring and its capabilities. Suddenly, 3 other lanterns attack him and tries to take away his ring, assuming that he has acquired the ring by force from Abin Sur. But the lantern leader comes and asks Hal to go with them to the Guardians for his evaluation. Hal is explained the role of lanterns by the high-ranked Guardians, but they are unimpressed by the quick remarks Hal makes regarding his uncle being a Coast Guard cop. Most of the Guardians see humans as a barbaric race and not worthy of bearing the mantle of Green Lantern. Seeing the events taking a negative turn, Sinestro intervenes and speaks on behalf of the new recruit, Hal, and entreats them for him to take the human under his wing to see what he's made of. The Guardians all voted in favor of this move. Sinestro takes Hal to the most secretive center for all lanterns, the Mother Battery, to charge all Green Lantern rings. As Hal charges his ring, he experiences all the Lantern's memories and experiences. Soon after, Sinestro gives Hal Jordon some rather hard lessons about being a Green Lantern, as they travel to a backwater world in order to find Kutch, a squid-like humanoid alien who's responsible for the murder of Abin Sur. They enter a club where the criminals of the galaxy frequent, and Hal watches as Sinestro torches the female humanoid alien, Labella, at a bar that Kutch commonly frequents, for any information she has about him. Hal interrupts Sinestro's torturing of Labella as he couldn't bear the violence on the female. Soon, Kutch shows up, and Sinestro and Hal Jordon split up in order to stop him in his tracks, with Hal prevailing in the capture. Hal is attacked by the criminals in the clubhouse, and Sinestro is unable to capture Kutch at first. Accidentally, Kutch runs into Hal, who is retreating from the gutters, and the two break into a fight, which ends when Hal captures Kutch successfully. However, Sinestro passionately hates Hal's good cop attitude, and when he interrupted his partner's cruel interrogation of Labella, and expresses an even greater disgust at how the Guardians treat the Green Lantern Corps as nothing more than garbage collectors, instead of using them to enforce order in the universe. At a local outpost that Green Lanterns took Kutch for questioning, Hal sits alone in a table, and Boudica joins him, saying that the other members miss Abin Sur. She shares with Hal information about how the Green Lantern energy battery was created, and how a criminal mastermind named Kanjar Ro, whom Abin Sur was investigating undercover when Kutch killed him, was seeking after the yellow element, the only power that the green element in the power battery cannot affect. Soon, the Guardians show up to reprimand Sinestro again for yet another brutal interrogation that resulted in death, and warned him that the same should not happen to Kanjar Ro if the Green Lanterns ever capture him. The Green Lanterns then head for a spaceport that Kanjar Ro and his men are hiding out in, where Kanjar secretively meets with Sinestro through an undisclosed communication about their plans. As Kanjar escapes the spaceport through his ship traveling through one of the warp tunnels, the Green Lanterns follow the ship through the same tunnel, with Hal reaching the pilot section first, only to be knocked out by Kanjar. Sinestro shows up and kills Kanjar, and then has Hal framed for killing Kanjar out of self-defense. The Guardians have Hal remove his ring and give it to Kilowog in order to find a more suitable replacement. Kilowog and Boudica volunteer to return Hal to Earth, but Hal and Kilowog suspect something totally amiss with Sinestro and decide to do some snooping around with Boudica joining them. In the morgue chamber on Kanjar Row, Sinestro reanimates Kanjar's body so that through his mind device he can show his partner where he took the yellow element that he stole. The dead Kanjar Row directs Sinestro to the weaponry in a distant galaxy. Hal, Kilowog, and Boudica enter the morgue, ready to put Sinestro under arrest, when Boudica turns on both Hal and Kilowog, revealing herself to be associated with Sinestro and his plans with the yellow element. Sinestro invites Hal to join them in their quest, but Hal sarcastically turns him down. As Sinestro escapes to go search for the yellow element's main source, Boudica knocks out Kilowog and nearly chokes Hal to death by encasing him in an airless energy bubble. But Hal breaks free, and as Boudica destroys Kanjar's mind device, causing her to be impaled on some pipework hanging from the ceiling. In the meantime, Sinestro meets with the Weaponeers on the planet where the yellow element was taken to, and is given both the yellow element battery and a yellow energy ring that draws its power and controls it. Sinestro is approached by several lanterns to accompany him back to the Guardians, when they are killed by Sinestro with his new yellow energy ring and battery. Back on Hua, Hal Jordon is brought before the Guardians again for an inquiry regarding Boudica's death, with Kilowog serving as Hal's defender. The Guardians are hesitant to believe that Sinestro has betrayed them, and then Green Lantern rings start dropping from the sky. Kilowog and Arisa pick them up, realizing that their fellow Green Lanterns have been slain. Soon, Sinestro appears in a yellow and black costume along with his yellow element power battery, demanding that the Guardians and the Green Lanterns surrender control to him. Both the Guardians and the Green Lantern Corps resist, but they find themselves no match for either Sinestro or his yellow element power battery, which decimates Green Lanterns with ease. Ganthet helps Hal to recover one of the power rings in order to help the other Green Lanterns. But the yellow element battery overpowers the green element crystal inside the Green Lantern Corps main power battery, causing the Green Lantern rings to fail and instantly killing thousands of Green Lanterns in the other sectors of space. As the surviving Guardians and Green Lanterns humbly surrender themselves unto Sinestro, giving up their power rings except for Kilowog, Hal Jordon makes a crack in the now inert green element crystal, which he uses to do more than recharge his power ring. Hal is transformed briefly into a green-powered energy being, enabling him to destroy Sinestro's power battery by causing two nearby planetoids to come together in order to crush it. Sinestro surprisingly finds himself equally matched with Hal as they batter each other with their power rings, until Hal uses up the remaining charge in his ring to knock Sinestro down to Uwa, where his power ring was crushed. Kilowog, with his power ring now recharged with energy, comes to Hal's rescue before he plummets into the atmosphere of a nearby planet. After a celebration speech of gathered Guardians and Green Lanterns on Uwa, in which its newest member, Hal Jordon, leads in the reciting of the Green Lantern Oath, Hal tells the Guardians that he needs to check in with his other boss, and flies off into space. A new hero is born, and a new era has begun. The moral of the story is, although Hal Jordon was new to the Green Lantern team, he never let go of his principles no matter what and no matter where he was. As the young generation, we should always remember to stand by our principles, because in the real world, our actions represent us for who we are. Be the human our human world deserves. Thank you for watching Second Look. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more awesome videos.